Aloha, big kids. Today we're going to be sharing a new story, and our story today is called Surf's Up for Kimo. And in this story, Kimo has a goal. You guess what his goal might be? Remember, goal is something, there it is, something that I want to do that I can't do yet. So let's find out what Kimo's goal was and if he was able to meet his goal. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started with our story. All right. So you can see the map of the Hawaiian Islands. And here's our island. And the reason that we are islands is because of land surrounded by water. Also known as our compass rose here. See a couple boats in the water and all the names of our islands. Surf's Up for Kimo, written by Carrie Germain and illustrated by Keone Montes. The author writes the words and the illustrator draws or colors the pictures. All right, and then this story is dedicated to my son Jack and all the children who live and surf on the North Shore. It was the day after Christmas on the North Shore of Oahu. If we go back real fast, we can look at our map here. Oahu is right here. I put an arrow for us where the North Shore is. So maps can help us know what places are where we want to go. See the Christmas decorations on their house still? Some poinsettias, it looks like. All the girls and boys were on their favorite playground, the ocean, trying out their new surfboards. 5-and-a-half-year-old Kimo longed to be one of them. Kimo wanted to be just like his older brothers. They were two of the best surfers on the North Shore. So what is Kimo's goal? He wants to surf. One day, Kimo asked his oldest brother, "Kavika, will you teach me to surf?" "I was wondering when you were going to ask me that," Kavika said. "Sure, I will." "When can we start?" asked Kimo. "Right now," said Kavika. "The first step to becoming a surfer is becoming a strong swimmer." So Kimo is making a plan to reach his goal. Before he can be a great surfer, he needs to become a strong swimmer. Before he becomes a great surfer, he needs to become a strong swimmer. Kimo swam every day. When he was strong enough to swim out to the surf lineup where his brothers sat on their surfboard, he knew he was ready. So he's doing that practice work. He's practicing his swimming every day, it tells me there with my text evidence. Kimo asked his brother Pono, "Will you teach me to surf now that I'm a strong swimmer?" "I will, Kimo," said Pono. You've worked hard, and soon you will be surfing. Now you are ready for the second step. Watch the waves so you will learn how they break. So now he's in the second step in this plan. Kimo watched the waves day in and day out. He watched his brothers and where they sat on the ocean. They were always in the perfect spot to catch the wave. He watched his brothers glide across the turquoise waves, flying from the top of the wave to the bottom. It looked like so much fun. Kimo sometimes pretended he was the one riding on the wave. He's also thinking positive that he's gonna be that one on the wave. So having a positive attitude helps us reach our goals, and I can attitude. One afternoon, Kimo's mother said, "Kimo, you have been studying those waves for hours. Why don't you come inside? I have a story to tell you." Kimo sighed. "But Mom, how long will I have to watch these waves before I can surf?" "Not much longer," Kimo's mother said. "When I was a little girl, I wanted to surf too." "You did?" "Yes, my sister and brothers caught on faster than I did." Then I remembered something. "What did you remember?" asked Kimo. "I remembered the stories my mother told me about not giving up." This is an important one too, big kids, being persistent to meet your goals. When a wave came to me, one that I knew was mine, one with my name on it, I would say, "I can catch this wave. I can catch this wave and ride it all the way." That night, when Kimo went to bed, he dreamt about gliding across the turquoise waves as he had dreamt many times before. As he paddled for a wave in his dream, he said his mother's words, "I can catch this wave. I can catch this wave and ride it all the way." Look how excited he is about meeting his goal. The next morning, Kimo awoke to find his two brothers staring him in the face. "Okay, Kimo, are you ready to surf today?" they asked. Kimo was so excited he jumped out of bed, threw on his swimming trunks, and ran for the beach. When his brothers caught up with him, Pono handed him a surfboard. "I learned on this board, then passed it on to Pono," Kubika said. "Now it's yours to learn on." "Follow us out to the lineup," yelled Pono as he dashed for the water. Kimo was happy to lie on the old dinged board. He began paddling just like his brothers. Paddling was harder than it looked, but he kept going. He didn't give up. His arms ached and hurt by the time he reached the spot where the waves were breaking. He turned around, faced the beach, sat up on his board, and waited. When a wave came, he began paddling for it, but he couldn't catch it. Another wave came, and another, and another. Would he ever catch a wave? Do you think Kimo's just going to give up, or do you think he's going to keep on trying? Then Kimo heard another surfer say, "Hey kid, that one's got your name on it." Then he remembered his mother's words. He began repeating, "I can catch this wave. I can catch this wave and ride it all the way." Before he knew it, he was up and riding the wave, just like his brothers. Across the turquoise wave, he rode until he kicked out. His brothers cheered and shouted, "All right, Kimo!" Kimo was stoked. Kimo surfed every chance he got after that day. And just when he thought life couldn't get any better, what do you think happened, Big Kid? What do you think is going to happen? Christmas came around again, bringing with it a brand new surfboard. Aloha! And that is the end of our story. So, did Kimo reach his goal? He sure did. And he had to practice, he had to work hard, he had to take his steps to get there. It didn't just happen. So that's the same with us and with our goal setting. So it is Free Draw Friday. You can draw whatever you would like in your journal. If you would like to draw something about the story, a time you went to the ocean, that would be great. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks for working hard, big kids. Aloha!